Right folks, let's talk protein. So essentially everything that you eat and drink is made up of calories. Those calories are broken down into the 4 macronutrients: proteins, carbs, fats, and alcohol. Now protein is arguably the most important macronutrient. It contains 4 calories per gram. It's found largely in meats, fish, and dairy, and it's kind of known as the body's repairer. It's responsible for the growth of new muscle tissue, but it's also responsible for the repair of damaged muscle tissue, like what you do during a workout. So, why should you be worrying about your daily protein intake? Well, let me explain. So, let's say for argument's sake you're on a diet. Protein is very good at keeping you feeling full for longer. It's quite complex, it takes your body a little while to break down. So chances are, if you're going to have protein at each of your meals, it's going to keep you feeling fuller for a lot longer, and it will help you get to the next meal and avoid snacking. Now, if you're in a diet or on a diet, protein is vital when it comes to preserving the muscle tissue you have built. You've created a calorie deficit in your diet, and therefore that energy deficit, your body's got to find that energy from somewhere. So it turns to itself. It will start consuming itself, which is what we want, but we want it to consume your fat. Also, if you're looking to put on more muscle, not only do you need to be in a calorie surplus, consuming more calories than you need, but also you need a decent amount of protein. It is the building blocks of muscle. Moving on to the cons, the other things you've got to consider. Protein is quite expensive when in comparison to carbohydrates and fat. So to keep your protein consumption relatively high, you are going to take a little bit of a hit with your bank balance, but it is worth it. It also has a shorter shelf life. Protein doesn't last anywhere near as long as carbohydrates do, and something you've got to consider when you're factoring in your meal planning or meal preparation. The final thing to consider as well is if you're vegetarian, it's a lot harder to get enough protein per day. Once the meat has been cut from your diet, and sometimes the dairy as well, particularly if you are a strict vegetarian, and you don't have the chicken and fish, then it's a lot more difficult for you to get a good amount of protein from your vegetables, etc. So, bottom line, how important is protein in your diet? Very. If you were to list the priorities when it comes to dieting, the most important thing is your caloric consumption. Second most important is protein. Make sure you've got plenty in your diet. Around 1 gram per pound of body weight is pretty much considered optimal, and I'll leave that with you folks. Have a great day. Don't forget to share this video, and I will see you on the next one.